I think Novaria.
Oh.
Yep.
Interesting.
Novaria here?
Gaze the stars.
Oh,
Oh,
Luo
yeah.
Yi. Wow, forgot about the Luo Yi.
Yeah, Luo Yi. We forgot about that. I mean, if we're talking about early game, this is yet another early game comp from Onic, right? That's super big pick-off in the early game. Good clear, Luo Yi, high base damage.
El Momento. This is a pretty good pick, I'm not gonna lie, to Tigreal to end things off. Kalea will be flexed into XP. I think the Valentina would have stopped the Tigreal from coming out if they did go for it, but they went for more risk, more rewards, technically. This early game composition, if done right, might be looking at like a 12-minute game end.
It is dangerous. Again, Luo Yi with a jawhead, dude. And this is Keyboy's jawhead. And we haven't seen it in a while, but back when Keyboy was playing this jawhead, he was pretty damn good.
And they want to be invasive in the early game as well to be able to shut down the Ling. Because one of the weaknesses of the Ling is that early game invade. We'll see how this all pans out. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be the end for EVOS. This might be the end for Dewa as well. If they cannot force a game number 3, high stakes matchup once again. Welcome to the Land of Dawn once again for game number 2 as the Sky Kings are looking to secure their spot in the playoffs here at MPL ID Season 15.
Give us your predictions in the comment section. Chant for your team. EVOS' last stand, and it's already looking quite bad as Sans is looking for the kill in the mid lane. Key forced back already.
Level 1, Luo Yi definitely has a lot of damage. He was trying to find some information, but he does get denied it. And he needs to be careful. If he keeps going for that, Keyboy and Sans in the early game here at level 2, it might be the strongest fighting composition here. A Luo Yi with a jawhead. Litho.
Taken by Kai.
Clean moves by Onic for sure. Albert, actually, I think he'll be focusing on farming early on. I'm not sure if EVOS even really want to fight the first turtle fight. They can, but it's going to require a combo. But look at this.
And reaction, Suelo for some flicker. Keyboy! Again gets the ejector, survives too! Albert, he needs to look for some compensation. Keyboy in the bush. Yin reaction, but attempts the blades now from Albert. Lupi with a stun! A disaster as EVOS are fighting on their last legs.
You think that Albert coming in was the best trade that they possibly could get? Unfortunately, they didn't account for Lutpi coming into the fray as well, being able to get that stun over and forcing that trade from happening. Looking at the emblems, an interesting choice for San. Still though, despite that choice, the damage is still there.
What a steal. No time for the blades.
Oh,
Kyrie
no.
with a solo kill on Albert.
Yikes, dude. Sans, again, with the tenacity and the inspire, he is geared for a brawl already. Man, the fact that... Ooh, I think Key pushed Keyboy back and it kind of put him right next to Sway Low. That's how the initial ejector came up. Now Onic, out of nowhere with 3 kills, like 1k gold lead. They've had the pressure, they've had the fights, and indirectly they have killed Albert twice. I mean, it's going great for Onic right now.
He's a level below right now, so this turtle contest should be difficult for the White Tigers. I don't even know if they want to go for it. EVOS have a lot of tools, but there are 2 Purifies in the hands of Onyx. Sans and Savero both have the Purify. Let's see how this all pans down.
Sway low, looking for the play there. Sans gonna be caught in the feather airstrike. Lupi pops in Glorious Pathway in the backlands. It's gonna be Keyboy lifted up, slammed down to the ground. Diversion as Keyboy gets the ejector. It's gonna be Kyrie from the side coming in as well. Key unable to get the shove. Keyboy taking low, able to flicker on. Erlan gets the kill. Key very, very low as well, but Lutpi will fall. And Evo suddenly, the tides have turned. Kai with the save on a steal against a healthy EVOS.
He still gets that retribution down, still gonna be able to secure the neutral objective, but Erlan was the big game changer there. A kill over, still something that they can invest in towards the later stage of the game. That's another 1v1.
Like to find Beats, looking for the kill on Albert. Pinch poise away, Swaylo, wings by wings, instantly sent back to the mid lane.
That's Onic immediately zoning Albert again. out of nowhere, he's still under so much pressure here. Despite the brawling Herod, despite the Tigreal and the Farsa, Onyx are just moving forward without a care in the world. It's all about shutting down Albert, and they are geared to do so yet again. Grouping around the purple buff, Keyboy.
Glorious pathway from Lutpi. Reggie in the back, looking for the Tsunami Slam. Good unstoppable force from Keyboy to cancel it out. Purple buff still taken by Albert. Saban Force, good ejector out to save Lutpi.
So at least Evos are able to walk out of there with their purple buff intact. Onyx unable to steal it away. They still hold on to the gold lead, but again, they're still going to be able to put their eggs into Erlan, right? 1-0-1 so far, hasn't been able to be taken down. And he was able to take that? That gold crab?
Didn't quite catch that, so looking at the items here. Oh, yeah. Looking at the items here, none really completed just yet. But Sans with the Enchanted Talisman is going to be able to have so much more spammability, and he's going to be able to use the diversion a lot more. Just sitting for a play onto Reggie, going for a wave cut here. It's going to work though. It is!
In that reaction, the stun, bring back Reggie, able to go back Kyrie in the back of the electrifying beats in the air. You can't stop music.
It's the bass pumping through midair as Keyboy tries to scout for the turtle, and the team is rotating. Diversion, not used to surprise Evos, but used to have a superior rotation. Albert going to the top side actually, so Onyx, they can go for the take, or can they go for a takeoff?
Desperate shove back. Keyboy finds the ejector. Lutpi with the stun. Chain CC. Kyrie not even going to use the retribution for the turtle. That's turtle number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We want to go for more. Glorious pathway by Lutpi. Reggie able to go for it. A bit more sustain as the Revitalize gets popped in by Lutpi. Keyboy looking for the backline again. It's going to be the implosion onto 2, but look at that. In the backline, Kai electrifying beat Savero with the assassinations, a diversion to escape. No, it's to go over to the other side as now Loyi Sans is all alone. Albert dives in towards Sans, Purify, and he wins the 2v1. Sends Sway Low and Albert running back.
That's the 3-4-3 trade. Albert finally finds his moment with that triple kill, but he loses the purple buff, I believe. And Onyx still going to be able to get that permanent structure in the mid lane. So overall, was that still worth it for the Sky Kings?
I think it's still worth it. Whatever they can do against Albert to put him down even more, it's always going to be good. On top of that, Savero was able to pick up several kills, so is Kyrie. And we know the Joy, when the Joy is snowballing, no frontline can even take that kind of damage. So Onyx are still going to be scaling quite well. Indirectly, with Kyrie doing so well, Swaylo is also forced to respect that potential. So they're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone right here. They're threatening Evos' backline, and they're saving their own backline by denying Swaylo.
Okay. It looks like they have a lot more emphasis as well onto Savero. As well as Erlan, I'm going to be able to get some damage onto the top side of the map, looking for the clear. Another invade from Onyx. Albert might be caught out.
1v4. Oh! Mid-air stun. Tempest Blades. Albert. Keyboy trying to go for the prediction on the Defiant Blades, but Kai has gotten the purple. Oh, a shot with a Tsunami Slam. Now Defiant Beats coming down with the implosion. Kyrie going to be taken down, but they're all going to be caught in the yin-yang reaction earlier. Lutpi in the front. Key gun down. Savero with a snipe from downtown. A diversion up top. Reggie ambushed by Onyx, who don't stop.
A 1-for-2 trade by the Sky Kings once again. You thought Kyrie was taken out, but the fact is with 2 members taken down as well, Onyx will be able to still get the last turtle. Another perfect turtle here in game number 2.
That was so good from Onyx there. It was definitely a mistake for Kyrie to get jumped on like that. But again, Evos had to use everything to ensure they do get that kill. On top of that, I guess they were able to kite back away from the damage coming from Sans, but that diversion, man, it's so decisive, so quick. I don't think Reggie even had the second to kind of contemplate the possibility of Onyx showing up behind him.
We have a game fact by GoPay. Ling has been Albert's most picked hero throughout his career since his debut in MPL ID Season 6, with 32 picks and a 75% win rate. Will that win rate stand today, as it's looking like the Sky Kings are holding on 3,400 gold lead?
Skirmish, Keyboy picked off. Erlan gets the kill. Evos. There's a breath of fresh air for a bit, but look at the trades on the map. Tier 2 and Tier 1 for a kill on Keyboy.
Fortunately for them, there won't be any invade to the purple. Wait, I might have spoken too soon.
Diversion. Reggie in the front. Oh, execution for the Detonata. Implosion from Key, finding the core targets, but still, despite the implosion, it's the kills for Savero. Albert claims another, but it's only onto the frontliner. Suelo gets the stun on Savero.
Ooh, Suelo and Erlan went in together there. They really could have punished Savero, but the Purify is still there. That's probably
Suelo.
why they don't go for it. Kyrie!
Flicker out to safety.
Oh man, the jungle is just never safe, dude, for Evos and Onyx. Both teams trying to go toe-to-toe in the pickup game department, and they both have the tools to do so. Overall, 5k gold lead for Onyx. And now, once there's control like this, you can bet they're already planning on the next turn of
way,
events.
right?
Colbert, oof. Forced to back away. You're trying to push the bottom wave down and rotate immediately. Go for that Lord. Evos, can they try and surprise Onyx somehow? Reggie and Key spotted immediately, man. They just cannot find an angle to catch Onyx off guard.
No, with 2 Purifies, it has been super difficult for the White Tigers to look for that opportunity. They still have the option to try and layer it, look for a trigger, and then utilize the other. Oh, that's it.
A fling onto Key with the ejector, and look at the all-in over to Key. Tsunami Slam knocking him down, but it's going to be Savero again. Kyrie running him down with the electrifying beats in the back. Suelo forced to run around the wall. Will be taking down Savero. Still alive somehow. Gets shut down by Albert. Flung by Unstoppable for Sky. Gets the shutdown. A diversion from Sans into the bush. Erlan will be zoned away from Tier 2. Onyx want to get turrets and the Lord at the same time.
That's 4 members for the price of Savero. Evos. Guys, I'm sorry to say, but this isn't looking good for the White Tigers at all.
Erlan with a desperate attempt to try to save the game.
Yeah.
Key, oh! Even when he was looking for a big play, it's just cancelled. Denied by Sans.
Really good cover, so many tools that they can utilize. Unstoppable Force on top of everything else was also a really great way to shut Albert down in his tracks when he's looking for the outplay, that 1v4 outplay. That's a push.
An all-in on Lutpi, but a diversion comes around, and now Evos will just be standing on it. They know it's a bluff.
I mean, especially Key. He wants them to take that and implosion everyone. But that's the thing. If Onyx has shown that they don't take the diversion once, maybe the next time they will. And Evos have to play that mind game, but Key tries to get Lutpi. But so far, they just can't risk it, man. The Lord is pushing on the bottom side. Onyx setting up for a siege. Whoa!
I think he's dead. Death Sonata from Savero, the death sentence. But he was staying there for way too long.
There's still a Lord marching in the bottom side of the map here.
Oh,
It's going to be able to break the shield structure. That's a
Cheeky attempt.
cheeky diversion played by Sans. Oh,
Glorious pathway to cut him down. K-Boy from the side with an unstoppable force has the flicker ready, but will not decide to use it. Down below, Sans trying to get the in-air reactions. Kyrie fully stacked up now. Another turret fall. Savero going to be taken very low. Tsunami Slam purified out. Another airstrike coming down with Lutpi now popping revitalized to try to survive, but Erlan gets the kill. 2 base turrets for Lutpi.
luckily it's on the same side as the Lord spawning, so essentially Evo should be able to look for something here. Unfortunately, they don't have map tools like Onyx does with the Luo Yi, but there definitely is still a chance. The White Tigers need to look for that.
Onyx were definitely trying to get the turret on the top side. You saw in their movements there, they're trying to rotate there, but they decided that that wasn't really feasible. So they just have to go with what they get, right? They use the waves that were there in the mid and bottom lane, go for those base turrets. So as you mentioned, Eterna, there's gonna be a layer of a setup here that Evos can play around with. But again,
Oh, yikes.
83% there. With a victory rate for Onyx. Again, for Evos, if they want to play this macro game, they have to rely on Albert.
Yeah.
And Albert is level 15 by all means, but he's on like 3.5 items, as opposed to, I don't know, everyone on the side of Onyx, man. I don't know if he can actually be a realistic split push threat. As Key Man, Sans is so aware, checking out the bush every single time, dude.
Because usually the Ling is like considered the god of the far lane, right? With these split pushes, but with him falling so far behind, he's 2,000 gold, I think, behind of Kyrie at this point. Even in that 1v1, he should be unable to take him down. So what do they do? It looks like they're still going to be sending Albert to control in that far lane, while the rest of the members are going to be controlling.
See some damage there from Suelo as well onto Lutpi. There's definitely more items. Whoa, Reggie!
Flicker, already Glorious Pathway. They're gonna all in onto Reggie. Ejector coming down as well. That's a free
Erlan?
Sky Piercer. Stacks of arrow in the back, gonna be caught by the implosion, but still able to this. Erlan jumps in, finds a killing spree, but Kai deals with him. Erlan able to escape. Attempts to blaze coming down with Albert. Now going with the chase, but Kai has done a lot of damage. Albert with a shutdown to save the game. Only 2 of the frontliners left. Keyboy with the ejector running him down. Smart missiles in. Unstoppable force. Everything sent Key's way. Evo somehow still have hope.
Overall, that's still a worthwhile trade for Evos. They get the main carries, Sans, Savero, and Kyrie all taken out. The gold lead down to 5k. That's not bad at all.
The angle in which Erlan engaged was really great. They
It
were
was a
able to
flank.
exactly. They were able to catch Onyx off guard. If we take a look at a replay there, that was a big moment for Erlan. And they're going to be able to prolong their lives here, not just in this game, but also in this tournament. We're going back to 50-50 again. Inhibitor turret on the far lane is still standing for Evos. So it's not as bad. It's Onyx that has to kind of deal with those waves. They've actually sent in Sans. But remember, he can always just diversion back into the lore take.
It's a tough part for Evos. If they're sending Albert on a split push mission, they have no idea how Onyx are going to try and stop it, right? And we've seen Onyx set up an ambush in the lanes, in the jungle path on the way to the top side too. So it's a bit of a waiting game. Unfortunately for Evos, they're going to have the purple buff available for Albert. That's a massive win.
Blue team turret
Look at this though, Onyx immediately onto the Lord. Are they going to try and burst it down? Reggie spots it.
You want to try it, Reggie. Holding position. Key with the conceal. Reggie won't be able to jump onto anyone. Key gonna be stunned at Key! Jumps into the implosion, finds them. Pure priority. The ejector coming down. It's only onto Reggie now as Keyboy will lose his immortality. Time to blaze from Albert. Looking for the blaze again. Albert! Oh my lord! In the back high. Can he do it? Jumps on Albert once, jumps on him twice. That's a kill. But a Tsunami Slam will lock him down. As Erlan looks for the damage, Kai is still able to go for the dashes again. Kyrie jumps on Erlan, who's able to get the Chrono Dash away. But Key is all alone, and Onyx know it. They want to chase. They want to look for him.
Do they find him?
They
That's
do.
Sans and Savero.
Gunned down by Savero, who's definitely on full stacks.
2 members taken down for the price of 1. This means that this is going to be a free Lord over for the Sky Kings once again. Suelo is in the area, maybe looking for a miracle play. Wings by the airstrike.
Diversion into the back, an attempt. No. Suelo will concede it, and now with the Lord in the 17th minute, Onyx, they're looking for the end.
That was a respectable try by Evos, man. They're able to find the prior targets. Albert able to actually get going on that Ling, but Onyx, just when Evos were already celebrating that win there, Kyrie shows up behind them, dude. They have to be careful about the re-engage there as Albert gets on the way. No purple buff for him, it seems like.
Reggie into the front, no purple buff, like you said, but it's going to be Keyboy who'll be taken down. Erlan with a Demand Force already jumping away. Luppi looking for the chase. Sans is walking him down now with a diversion at the back, but Kai! You're focused on the purple, and Kyrie snatched